I am very angry with him because he did not go to jail. His father did not go to jail for him to sell out what he has done today. I think poor Kalonzo, I sympathize with him a lot because he's not just charismatic, but I also think that he did not steal as much, when he used to work for the Kanu government. Because he doesn't seem to have even the resources to move around as many of his contemporaries do. Because in this country, most of the politicians are rather thieves, or probably their children, not just their children, I mean their parents or their grandparents must have stolen for them. But Kalonzo should have learned that Raila is not one person he can trust. Remember, they share coalition, Kenya Kwanza government. How can you just wake up in the morning and go and get a deal and then move as if nothing has happened? I don't even think if Raila sleeps and dreams of Kalonzo as one person that was with him on the wall. What Kalonzo can do, I have seen him do a few good things. Like, for example, the solidarity that Kalonzo gave for Bob Njagi. I think it really touched my heart. And I've also seen that they have been working with Bob Njagi to try and bring up young leaders. I think the best thing that Kalonzo can do is to hold the hands of the young people that have suffered in the hands of this Gen Z uprising. And something that also elevated Raila quite a bit that Kalonzo can do, if he wants to do, is to be able to unearth the wrong things that the government is doing. Remember, Raila was always a star because he was always the one breaking the secret deals, the secret criminal deals that the government do. But now he has become the state agent. Raila is not clean anymore. He is a greedy old man that wants to die and leave money in the bank. I am very angry with him because he did not go to jail. His father did not go to jail for him to sell out what he has done today. In fact, he's only stepping on his father's legacy. He's a total sellout. He is more possessed of having trappings of power. Look at the other day. I couldn't believe it to see that Raila is supporting Adani. After he supports Adani, have you heard people talking about Adani anymore? It's like Raila is used to clean, the criminal elements within government. Before Adani, remember when we are rejecting the payment to Eurobond in the last government, is Raila who came out and said, some of the Anglo-leasing contracts are okay, can you pay them? Why is it that Raila always, even though his support is fanatical, some of his support, but I can assure you that his support is going down. He's losing the grip of the young people. Remember, the Raila's propaganda that has been deceiving people that it is a domination of one tribe against the other, that the Luos are poor because they have been alienated from leadership by other tribes. It's falling flat. In fact, the Gen Z uprising had nothing to do with this tribal rhetoric. And even when they went to Kisumu to talk about Luo being in the treasury, nobody was amused by his thoughts. So Raila is a degenerating, crowd of the political class, and the people. In fact, he's a very disappointed man because he thought that he will appoint the people who will come after him. But he has realized that there is leadership emerging. Even in his own very party, he is unable to appoint his family members to lead the ODM. So I think he's a frustrated man and he has deliberately decided, wacha nikule pesa nikufe nayo. I think that is what Raila wants to do. And for us, we are saying good riddance. If you've been selling us and supporting the people who kill us, leaders will emerge out of the struggle. We don't need to rely on you to appoint the leaders of tomorrow. We don't care. But just know that when we take political power, we will hold each and every one of you responsible for the crimes that you've committed under this government. Yes. I think President William Samoei Ruto is trying us. He keeps trying us, but one day he will get us. This issue of presidential term limit by Cherengai is a joke. It is not just unconstitutional, but it is also trying to test how much Kenyans are angry. We are just hoping that it passes. That's what I would say. But it will be one of the tools for mobilization of the Kenyan people. It will be the fall of President William Ruto's government. And I think I don't know if the ruling class now know that no law can protect them when the people are angry. Even I was mocking the former OCS the other day that he used to tell us to take your notification. But when the GNZ uprising reached reversal, he did not wait for notification. He only appeared as a lonely person in the street and we chased him away. So when the anger of the people is high, no law, even the constitution will hold. That is why it is called a revolution. When the revolution takes place, even if your term limit will be 30 or 40 years, it will end on that evening. It will end on that night. It will end on the morning. So probably the ruling class should be able to appreciate that no law can protect them as so long as the people are burning for change. So I don't appreciate Cheringai's attempt. I feel it that is a total disrespectful for the Kenyan people. Whatever ends you want to achieve with it, we assure him that he will have to fail or be confronted with the people of Kenya. Well, the Communist Party of Kenya has been at the core of organizing for an alternative government. The reason why we are coordinating the National Coordination Committee for People's Assembly is to take political power whenever election is called, either in 2027 or earlier, depending on how the Kenyan masses will hold this government accountable. But I could tell you that the darling of the Gen Z uprising and the Communist Party of Kenya is none other than, we cannot pretend about it, is Okiya Omtata. This is one man that has remained honest to the cause. Even last week, when the Safaricom decided to think that he can bribe him to remove a petition, he's the one who went on his Twitter page and humiliated Safaricom, the biggest, that I cannot take money. Remember, every time he has taken legal initiative to hold a certain government responsible, he has been splashed money, he's rejected it. So I could say that in terms of somebody who has suffered in the hands of the state, the Communist Party of Kenya still holds that. Even though we may produce a deputy president, but the president of the day that we support from the bottom of our heart, and we encourage him that he should try his hand on the people of Kenya, and the majority is one comrade, Okiya Omtata.
And people are saying Morara can be his deputy. So I don't know if you will partner, inject and
first of all, the brave, he's a gifted person. He has done extremely good work to unearth this regime's rot. Just also, if you look at we call them the GNZ celebrity, outcomes. Because you remember, even other than Morara, there was Kasmuel. It basically means that there is a certain gift in life that can make you a darling of the people. But for you to run a government, you need to improve and catch up with the people's expectation. We have seen Kasmuel the star has been dimming. Because even though people support him, he continues to make mistakes, piling around criminals that kill people. Morara, with his every time asking for money, has people are tired. So I think Morara is a gifted person. Let him rebuild himself. We don't mind working with Morara because he's a gifted man. We don't mind working with Kasmuel. Let them redeem themselves and make time to study. People think that politics is just about imitating Ruto and that, or politics is about, being eloquent in speech. The people that has touched the hearts of the people and they have become popular over time must also catch up with the people's expectations. We will have loved Morara like he has unveiled the inject, but we will want him to start, starting to debate real issues. Employment, which is another thing that will break any government. Whether it is our government with Okiya or it is the government of Morara, if we don't solve the unemployment, joblessness of the youth in this country, it will consume us all. What about land issue? Remember, the land is still in the hands of the hoarders, the thieves. So we want to see the leaders that emerged during the Gen Z protest handling substantial issues and not doing celebrity things that are not sustainable. But our hearts are warm. Morara has not stolen any person's He's allowed to make his mistake, just like we also made mistakes when we were young. Kasmuel is allowed to make his mistakes. But at the very end of it, those mistakes must not be in a way to sell out the Kenyan people. That's what I would like to do.